Welcome to the Tiffany Micah podcast. What we do here is build the strength and courage in you to accomplish your big dreams and goals in your sport. No longer will you feel limited. You won't feel you're not good enough. You won't question whether you will make it. Those doubts will disappear because you will have the competitive edge over your opponents and leave them in your wake. And the bonus is others will notice. Listen up and take notes because I will show you exactly how to do it. Hey there, this is Tiff from the Tiffany Micah podcast and welcome to today's episode. Well, you know what? I'm going to give you 2 weeks. You got 2 whole weeks to accomplish your goals for this year. So I'm putting you up on game right now. Now, why am I saying that you've got 2 weeks left? The reason is because we're coming into December. It's the first week of December. We're going to start winding down very shortly mentally because, you know, Christmas, it's a time where we celebrate with friends and family and there's a lot of parties on, so we can get easily distracted. So what I want to ensure that what you're doing over the next 2 weeks is you're still focused on accomplishing those goals that you've wanted to accomplish for this year. So it's time to do some work, isn't it? Because we've got 2 weeks left. Now, the reason that I'm doing that for the 2 weeks is because after that, after we've done this next 2 weeks, what we're going to do then is we're going to reflect on 2019 as we're going further into December. Because early next year, you know, that's that time where we all set New Year's resolutions. What we're going to do is we're going to actually get together and we're actually going to reset the goals for 2020. But we haven't finished 2019 yet. So we want to make sure that what we're doing is we're finishing the year strong. And I always look at it like playing a tournament, competing in a competition. Whatever it is that you're doing, you want to finish the competition strong. So I always refer to it back to golf because I know golf so well. But the thing is that people write themselves off. It's like in goals, you know, you set your goal and then if it doesn't happen straight away, you write yourself off. And what happens in golf is that when people tee off on the first tee and they've stuffed up their tee shot, hasn't worked that well, and they go, oh, this has set me up for the day. No, it hasn't. That's just the first shot. So when we set goals and so on, doesn't matter if we haven't achieved them straight away. What we've got to do is we've got to go through that process to finish. So in golf, what you've got to do is you just keep playing, you keep focusing, you keep creating your swing rhythm, you keep focusing on what you need to do in each shot. You learn to get yourself into a zone. There's all these things that you need to do and get yourself in place so that you're finishing strong. So even though you may have not started your competition the way that you like, at the end, the last few holes, you finished really strong. And you're like, yeah, that felt really good. I'm so glad that I was able to do that because I gutsed it out. I stuck it out. And that's what we want to make sure that we're doing here. We're sticking it out. I'm not only putting you up on game and saying, right, you've got 2 weeks left. I'm doing exactly the same thing with me. I'm setting the example because there's still things that I want to accomplish for this year. The goals that I've set, haven't quite got to finishing them yet. So I'm accountable too. It's not just you, it's me as well. So I need to be reporting back to you as well that these next 2 weeks is going to be some pretty heavy and serious stuff that we've got to do, isn't it? Because I want to plan on launching the Get Focused program early in January to help you really work on accomplishing your sports goals. And it's not quite finished yet because I've just launched my book, Focus, How to Reach Your Potential in Sport, Business and Life. And so the follow-up for that is the Get Focused program. And because I've been heavily working on promoting the book and so on, I haven't had an opportunity to really get down into working on the Get Focused program the way that I would like to. It's all set up, ready to go and ready to record, but it's just not quite there yet. So I'm just as accountable as you are. We've got to make sure that these next 2 weeks, what we're doing is we're really focused on accomplishing what it is that we need to accomplish. So we're both accountable. So you've got 2 weeks left. This is going to be quite a quick episode for you today because I want you to get on with it, okay? So these are the things that you actually need to do for the next 2 weeks. I want you to focus on these things for the next 2 weeks. Number 1, I want you to write out the results that you want to accomplish in the next 2 weeks. So what are the outcomes? What is it that you actually need to have accomplished in these next 2 weeks? Okay? So write down everything that you want to accomplish. Remember, we've got 2 weeks from the moment that you hear this episode. Number 2, this week, what I want you to do is I want you to write out the outcomes for this week, right? Your results for this week of what you want to accomplish. So we've got it for the 2 weeks ahead. Now we're going to drop it back to this week only because we want to get focused on what we need to be doing. So we want to be working on accomplishing our goals, our results for this week. Okay, so that's number 2. Number 3, every day I want you to write out what the results that you want to have by the end of the day. The outcome, the results. Sports people go for results, right? So we'll think as results. What are the results that you want to have accomplished by the end of each day? And number 4, you've got to report in to me. So what I want you to do is I want you to do these things. I want you to send me an email each day, and I'll give you my email address in a minute. But I want you to send me an email each day, and I want you to, 1, I want you to share with me what the results that you want to accomplish in the next 2 weeks are. Number 2, I want you to report into me what the results for this week that you want to accomplish are. Number 3, I want you to write and tell me what the results for today that you're actually listening to this episode, what the results are that you want to accomplish today. And then I also want you to report into me every single day and share with me every single day what the results that you want to accomplish for each day. It's about keeping you accountable. I'm serious. It's keeping you accountable. If you've got someone that you can then go back to and go, right, yep, that's it, Tiff, this is what I want to accomplish, and you're reporting into someone, you're letting them know, it's keeping you accountable. Because this is the tough part of the year. We want to wind down. I'm feeling the same. I want to wind down. You know, I've put a lot into this year. You've put a lot into this year. We're getting ready to wanting to wind down. So let's finish the next 2 weeks really strong. Accomplish what we can accomplish in the next 2 weeks. Then we'll reflect, have a break over Christmas, and then we'll reset our goals for 2020. So I'm just going to remind you again, what you've got to do in the next 2 weeks. Number 1, write out the results that you want in the next 2 weeks, what you want to achieve. Number 2, this week, write out the outcomes or the results that you want to accomplish this week. Number 3, every day I want you to write out the results that you want to accomplish for the end of the day, by the end of the day. And number 4, you've got to report into me all of that information, the results that you want to accomplish the next 2 weeks, the results that you want for this week, the results you want for today, and the results that you want every single day. You want to send me an email daily, okay? Now, my email address is tiff, T-I-F-F, at Tiffany, Tiffany, -Mika, M-I-K-A.com. I want to hear from you. If you send me an email, I'll reply to you. But you got to do it, okay? So I hope you enjoyed this episode. You got 2 weeks left to get out there and accomplish what it is that you're working on accomplishing. Send me an email. I want to hear from you every single day. And I want you to dream big, believe in you, and go after your dreams. Look forward to hearing from you. Thanks for listening to today's episode. If you haven't yet downloaded the #1 deadly mistake athletes make, make sure you go to tiffany-micah.com and download the #1 deadly mistake athletes make. Share with me what you like best about what you heard in the comments section wherever you hear this episode. Share with your friends that you know that would benefit from these episodes, and please leave a 5-star review wherever you hear these episodes. I would really appreciate it. Dream big, believe in you, go after your dreams. Have an absolutely awesome day.